Stone by stone, they built up slowly, hands steady under the glowing, sleepy sky and drifting, gentle clouds. Men lifted heavy blocks gently, their arms strong and calm beneath the glowing, sleepy blue above the village. Women watched from below, passing water and soft cloths, their hearts proud under the sleepy, drifting clouds above. Children sat on grassy hills, wide-eyed, watching the stones rise like dreams beneath the peaceful sky's hush. Each morning began with quiet footsteps, sleepy yawns, and hearts ready to build slowly toward the glowing clouds. The workers never rushed. The sky wasn't in a hurry, and neither were their steady, peaceful hands. The stones whispered as they met, settling gently with dust, shaping dreams that reached toward the sleepy sky. Men wiped their brows softly, the sweat like silver beneath the sun, glowing gently over the silent stones. Women sang songs of patience and care, their lullabies drifting between the growing walls like sleepy wind. The children played with pebbles nearby, dreaming of stacking their own towers someday beneath the same sleepy sky. The stones were uneven, but hands knew how to turn them, fitting edge to edge with silent understanding. Even the wind seemed to pause, watching the tower grow higher, without noise, without rushing, just peace. The men worked together without shouting, each gesture gentle, each lift guided by slow, careful breath. Women brought warm food, wrapped in cloth, sitting beside the wall, watching shadows stretch longer through the day. Children touched the stones at night, whispering dreams to them, imagining how high they'd reach by morning. The builders never complained, because they believed each stone carried a dream, and dreams needed careful handling. When one stone cracked, it wasn't wasted, it became part of a step or a wall. The tower grew slowly, as if time moved differently near it, slower, quieter, almost sleepier with each stone. Birds perched on the edges, watching the quiet rhythm of the stacking, blinking in the soft afternoon light. Sometimes clouds brushed past the upper stones, and children clapped, thinking the sky had come down to visit. The tallest worker placed the top stone gently, then closed his eyes and rested his hands quietly. It wasn't here about how high the tower reached, it was how peacefully it had grown upward. Evening came, and the stones glowed softly, reflecting the sun's gentle farewell as night tiptoed in slowly. The villagers gathered silently, standing at the base, admiring the peaceful tower they had shaped with dreams. Men whispered stories to children about ancient towers, reaching stars, made of soft dreams and sleepy patience. Women touched the lowest stones, remembering the first day, how heavy they'd felt, how light now. Children counted stones until sleep tugged their eyes closed, dreaming of towers stacked higher and higher forever. The tower didn't sing or shine, it simply stood, peaceful and quiet, like a lullaby turned to stone. People from nearby towns came to see it, walking quietly, wondering how such calm could build such height. No one saw shouting or running, just hands, hearts, and time, slow as the sky, soft as clouds. The builders said nothing. Their eyes just looked upward, following the tower's sleepy line toward the stars. Birds nested near the top, their songs soft, echoing off the stone like whispers in a dream. Rain touched the tower gently, never washing away a thing, only adding sparkle to the sleepy gray. Children drew pictures of the tower, showing it growing so tall it tickled the moon each night. Some said it was magic, but the villagers knew it was simply patience, resting between every stone. Old men sat nearby, nodding slowly, saying, "It's not the height, it's the quiet that made it strong." Women brought flowers to lay at the base, thanking the stones for teaching everyone how to wait. The tower never bent in wind, never crumbled. It stood still, wrapped in time and sleepy light. Children touched the stones and said, "It feels warm, like someone's still building it in their dreams." Mothers told bedtime stories of the tower, of the hands that never hurried, even when skies darkened. At night, the moonlight hugged the tower, and it glowed softly like an old memory retold in silence. Fathers pointed upward and whispered, "Each stone tells a story. Every layer a promise kept without rushing." Girls drew towers in the dirt, their fingers tracing curves of patience and shadows beneath glowing sleepy stars. Boys stacked small stones near their homes, copying what they saw, learning the quiet rhythm without being told. The village never forgot the tower, even when new roads and new homes came with louder footsteps. Still, the stones stood, unshaken, patient, dreaming quietly of all the hands that placed them. The youngest child once said, "The tower is like a slow song that never ends." Elders nodded, smiling, for they too had heard that silent song deep inside their peaceful hearts. As years passed, vines climbed gently, wrapping the tower not with ruin, but with green sleepiness. Birds still sang there, clouds still brushed it, and the wind still whispered the name of patience. When visitors asked, "How did you build something so high without rushing?" the answer was always the same. We waited, we dreamed. We let the stones tell us when they were ready to be lifted. Each stone placed was like a page in a soft book, read only by wind and time. Children still climb the hill nearby, napping beside the base, where dreams feel thicker and time drifts slower. They say you can hear the tower breathing if you close your eyes and listen peacefully. The tower never ended. It grew quietly into stories, dreams, and sleepy hearts shaped by quiet hands. At sunset, its shadow stretched across fields, not as a warning, but as a sleepy hug. Mothers hush babies beside it. Fathers sit with sons in silence, learning how stillness can build wonders. No one knows how many stones there are, only that they hold peace in every layer. And so the tower still stands, sleepy and strong, built not with hurry, but with heart. The stones were slow to rise, shaped by hands that moved gently, never faster than the passing clouds. Each sunrise brought men with calm hearts, lifting stones like lullabies, building dreams upward through the sleepy morning air. The women prepared warm bread, their baskets swaying, humming quietly, while dust swirled softly near the growing walls. Children sat beneath shady trees, their wide eyes watching towers grow slowly like flowers from quiet, heavy soil. No one shouted orders. They built with silence, like the earth itself whispered how each stone should rest. The work began at dawn, but never rushed every gesture meant to honor time, sky, and stone. Men passed buckets hand to hand, their rhythm like soft drumming, steady beneath the peaceful, glowing, sleepy sky. The old master builder traced lines in sand, whispering, "Towers must grow slow if they're to stand long." Women helped carry smaller stones, smiling, their scarves fluttering gently like flags, marking patience beneath the summer sun. The children counted bricks, dreaming of someday lifting their own, with sleepy dust on tiny glowing fingers. Seasons changed around the stones. Rains fell, winds blew, but the walls kept rising one sleepy layer higher. Each pause mattered, pauses for tea, for laughter, for listening to clouds pass slowly over unfinished arches above. Men never asked, how soon? They asked instead, how strong? And built with slowness stitched into every corner. The women embroidered songs into the tower's silence, humming beside mortars as their children played with pebbles. Elders walked slowly past the scaffolding, remembering other towers, built not faster, only deeper into the earth. Each block was chosen with care, tested for quiet balance before finding its sleepy place in history. Sometimes nothing was built for days, the wind too strong, the sky too uncertain, the time not yet. Children whispered stories of towers touching stars, as birds made quiet nests near unfinished peaceful stone ledges. The workers shared food and tales, their voices low, their laughter like lullabies echoing off the walls. One woman named Hira wrote in her journal, "It takes time for anything to touch the sky." The tower's heart grew with each stone, not taller yet, but heavier with dreams stacked inside. Men sang in the evening, voices echoing gently against the stone, soft notes tucked into twilight's arms. Little boys ran their hands across the cold rocks, saying, "One day, this will be the top." Girls balanced stones in lines, mimicking the builders, giggling as sparrows fluttered above their sleepy games. Fathers carried toddlers up halfway, saying, "See, this is how high dreams reach when we build slow." The work was dusty, but not tiring. It soothed them, gave purpose, made peace bloom in stone. Everyone knew speed would only break things. Only slowness kept the tower rooted beneath drifting silver clouds. Mothers folded wet cloths over necks, smiling as workers leaned into shadows during afternoon's hottest breath. Sometimes nothing happened for weeks, just measuring, waiting, letting the ground rest before it was touched again. A cracked stone was never thrownly, reshaped, reused, or placed somewhere that needed patience more than strength. Birds circled the scaffold, chirping softly, as if asking, "Is it done?" and flying off, unbothered. Children brought flowers to the base, tucking them into gaps, calling it the sleeping tower of dreams. Night came slowly, and the tower glowed under moonlight, like a giant candle in soft slumber. Fires were lit in small circles, and men told stories of other towers swallowed by haste. Elders nodded, murmuring, "A tower must stretch into time, not just air," and sipped tea under stars. Sometimes the builders sat without building, watching light shift, testing silence, learning what the tower needed next. One year, rain washed away 2 walls, but no one cried. They simply began again with stronger hands. Women planted herbs along the path to the tower, and their scent danced quietly through the site. The tower wasn't theirs. It belonged to time, and time required listening more than lifting. Children whispered legends of magical towers that grew slowly to avoid waking the earth too quickly. The tower taught them to breathe slower, to listen to clouds and wind before choosing another stone. Even travelers paused near it, drawn to its half-finished height and the peace that hung around it. A stranger once asked, "Why not build faster?" A girl replied, "Because dreams don't like to be rushed." The builders smiled, their hands coated in dust and years of work stitched gently into their muscles. Some men grew old with the tower, their sons continuing with quieter footsteps and longer morning prayers. The tower changed shape many times, adjusted not to mistakes, but to better dreams found during waiting. Women painted designs on the lower stones, and their quiet colors reminded everyone of spring returning. Each stone held a name, a moment. A site was not just a wall, but a memory. At sunset, the tower's shadow stretched across the sleepy village like a blanket wrapped around history's shoulders. Even animals rested near it, birds, cats, even donkeys, as if they too understood the peaceful rhythm of stone. Children grew older, learned to stack, to carry, to watch clouds before lifting the next dream upward. Some said the tower was cursed to never be finished, but others said it was always becoming. One boy asked, "What happens when it's done?" An elder smiled. "Then we'll build another, just as slow." The tower stood half-finished for years, yet everyone said it was the most peaceful place they knew. When the bell rang from its top finally, nobody cheered, they just listened, and then went quietly back to work. Because even when finished, the tower asked for care, for sweeping, for painting, for remembering its slow beginning. No one who helped build it ever forgot its rhythm, like a soft drum heard in sleep. Even new villagers learned not to rush near the tower. Everything slowed down to the heartbeat of stone. Babies napped in baskets nearby, lulled by the tapping of hammers and the whisper of brushed mortar. And when asked why it took so long, they'd smile and say, "We weren't building a tower, just peace." High above the sleepy ground, builders paused often, breathing slowly, watching the sky stretch wide and calm. The wind brushed their faces softly, like a lullaby floating between clouds and silent wooden scaffolds. Men leaned against warm stones, letting their tired hands rest and their minds wander beyond rooftops. Women passing bricks below often asked, "What do you see from there, so high above?" The builders would smile gently and say, "Nothing moves fast up here, just clouds and peaceful, quiet thoughts." From above, the village looked tiny, each house glowing like it held someone's sleeping, gentle dream. Children ran below like ants, their laughter floating upward, tickling the ears of workers on ledges. Some builders closed their eyes, imagining their children playing, tiny hands waving from far, far below. Birds flew past, never startled, as if builders were just part of the clouds and sky. One man, Jamil, always whistled softly, blending perfectly with wind, pigeons, and the hush of distance. They saw rooftops like puzzle pieces, stitched together by families, stories, and quiet pots of stew. Some builders brought small notebooks, sketching clouds, recording what the world looked like from above worry. Women smiled from courtyards, hanging laundry, shouting, "Careful." But knowing the builders danced safely with balance. One young woman, Zara, brought sweet bread to her husband and watched him disappear into sky. Zara whispered, "He climbs with quiet feet, but I wonder if his heart soars up there." The view stretched past fields, past hills, into places their feet had never walked, only dreamed. From above, rivers looked like silver threads pulled through green cloth laid beneath the sky's blanket. Builders watched oxen dragging carts, dogs barking lazily, and market tents fluttering like sleepy eyes blinking. The higher they climbed, the more they listened not to noise, but to silence that healed. Time slowed on the scaffolding, not because of fear, but because clouds deserved to be noticed. Some builders took breaks just to watch sunsets melt quietly behind sleepy temple spires and roofs. Their hearts beat slower as golden light stretched across fields and touched each house with peace. Even the hammers felt quieter in their hands, shaped by sky and slow-moving air. One boy, Orif, just 13, carried water and stood breathless at the view each day. he whispered. "I never knew the world had so many colors until I stood here." The master builder placed a hand on his shoulder and said, "Up here, eyes grow wiser." The villagers below didn't know how much silence lived at the top of unfinished towers. They didn't know about the clouds brushing cheeks or the soft hush inside every breath. Women folding linens couldn't see the way the sun painted distant meadows with sleepy gold. But builders saw it. All land it made, each brick they lifted, feel full of meaning. Sometimes they waved to passing birds, imagining them as messages floating to faraway quiet lands. When fog rolled in, the tower disappeared beneath clouds, and builders worked in soft, dreamy gray. It felt like building inside a dream, where nothing rushed and everything floated gently into place. No one spoke during these moments. They listened to scaffolding creak and whispered to clouds softly. The wind never shouted, only hummed gentle lullabies that curled around towers and tools. They didn't speak of fear, they spoke of patience, of sky, of what the world looked like. One evening, a woman named Layla climbed halfway to bring honey cakes for her brother. He took a bite, smiled wide, and said, "Everything tastes better when eaten this high up." Layla laughed, wind tugging her scarf. "Then maybe I'll build too, just to taste the clouds." Some nights, when work ended, they stayed longer, just to watch stars blink into sleepy existence. From above, even sadness felt smaller, like clouds passing shadows over wide and peaceful fields. The world held fewer edges and more softness, like hills rolling into distant stories yet told. Builders knew the value of holding still, of pausing between stones to listen to wind. Their hands roughened by work, but their minds softened by sky, silence, and silver clouds. One day, a child asked, "What do you see up there that we cannot?" A builder answered, "We see everything you see, just slower, like a story being told gently." They saw a mother brushing her daughter's hair, a father tending sleepy goats by torchlight. They saw grandmothers sweeping porches, children tossing stones into puddles glowing from sunset's sleepy shimmer. Some workers said the tower didn't rise, they sank into the sky, deeper with every step. Even arguments ended near the top note, one shouted, while sky pressed softly on their shoulders. Men grew older with the tower, and even their wrinkles watched the world from above. A woman builder named Farzana kept feathers in her pocket. "For luck," she said, smiling skyward. She told stories of gods hiding in clouds, listening to builders whisper their deepest thoughts. Some builders carved initials into wood beams, proof they once stood high enough to touch dreaming. One day a storm rolled in, and the builders watched lightning far off, not afraid. They knew towers did not fight storms. They stood still, listened, waited, trusted stone and time. When it rained, they huddled together, watching droplets fall like music between planks and ropes. Even thunder didn't disturb the hush, it only deepened the dreamlike spell they lived within. When work paused for winter, some builders missed the tower more than their own beds. One man said, "I miss the wind's fingers, brushing my beard like an old friend." They built towers, not only from bricks, but from patience, silence, and the view itself. The higher they built, the more gently they walked, knowing they stood where dreams floated slowly. They waved to villagers from above, though sometimes no one noticed. They waved anyway, smiling peacefully. Because the view wasn't for boasting, it was a quiet gift shared only with sky. It was enough to breathe sky-deep air, to hold still and see everything from sleep's edge. And when the tower finally stood complete, many still returned just to sit and watch. They no longer needed bricks, they needed only height, clouds, wind, and the view of peace.